Hello there, I'm Garry Foster and welcome to episode 38 of What Price Victory. Welcome also to the 2024 season, the opening round where everyone is equal according to the A-League ladder, although in reality I guess some are more equal than others. Victory have been installed as one of the favourites for this year's competition, but I guess 26 games we'll know how accurate the media have been. Since you've last joined us, and for those that are new to the save, and basically for me as a little bit of a refresher, I thought we'd just quickly go over some of the happenings since the grand final of the 2023 season. And the grand final is usually seen as the penultimate or the ultimate game of the year, but in Victory's case, where you're involved in Asian Championship games and the lot, that doesn't necessarily reflect reality. So we'll go to our schedule, and we'll have a look at the just put the filter on for the A-League competition. Just go back a season. As you can see, Victory had a pretty successful season. We finished top of the A-League tree, and there were some very consistent performances throughout the year. We ended up winning the comp by about 15 points, and we took that good form into our semi-final series. And here you can see we beat Wellington Phoenix 1-0 in the grand final qualifier, and then we had a comprehensive win over our original rivals Adelaide United 5-1. So that effectively was the double for Melbourne Victory, and all the punters were quite happy. Right, so Victory were also involved in some Asian Championship games, and basically straight after the grand final we had a home game against Higashi Osaka Rosa from the Japanese J-League, and we had a 1-0 lead from the first leg, and were able to win the home leg 2-0. So that put us in good stead for the quarterfinals. So from there, we'll just take you to the current season. Okay, so this has been our rather protracted entry into the current season. As you can see, we started off with a couple of friendly games against National Premier League sides before being drawn against Lions FC, Brisbane Lions, in the FFA Cup. That was a pretty good win, 4-2. Although we conceded 2 late goals to make it a little bit closer than what we should. We then went into Adelaide, or we entertained Adelaide. We had a 2-0 win, and then we had a 2-2 quarterfinal draw with Melbourne City, and we lost on penalties. So we went out of the FFA Cup in the quarterfinals. So a little bit disappointing. But as you can see from that particular game, it was right on the back of a Champions League game that we had against Guangzhou, and we'll just isolate those results. And as you can see, we had lost 2-0 away from home, but we had a 2-0 win at home on our home patch, where Jason Pace scored an 89th minute equaliser to take the match into extra time, and then subsequently penalties, where we prevailed, and that set us up for a semi-final against Ulsan from the Korean K-League, and we lost 2-1 at home, despite going ahead from Jacob Italiano early on. We couldn't go on with it, and we conceded 2 goals. Jacob then got us back into the game in the away leg by scoring an early goal, put the cat amongst the pigeons, but unfortunately we conceded 2 goals before half time, and then another goal to put the tie beyond reach. So that was all our games, as well as we have had friendly games against National Premier League sides, and we've been pretty comprehensive in those matches. Okay, so from here we go into the to the transfers, because we've had some fun and games in the transfer section. Okay, so here we are with some goings on with our transfers. Our previous episodes would have dealt with the procurement of Lars Dendoncker from Brighton. We've got Gus Willemsen in on loan from VVV Venlo, and we've got Lazaros Dimitriou, an American, who's come in on a free transfer with as our new goalkeeper. We've sent out on loan Josh Varga, Piers Mitriov, and Jason Pace. They've all gone out on loan. We released some players. Lee Broxham, he retired. Matthew Acton, our goalkeeper stalwart, a little bit reluctant to lose him, but my director of football buggered up a contract renewal for him, and although I would have liked to have kept him, he would have been a backup keeper. Storm Roo, he had his cranky pants on for most of the season when I wouldn't select him, so he was released. Rudy Gesteed, who was a great servant for the club with his goal-scoring exploits. Max Crocombe, who was a backup keeper but he got a little bit of action towards the end of last year, and Ryan Shotton, who was another great servant for the club, but legs just getting a little bit slow, and decided to bring in a little bit of new blood. So that's the comings and goings. I'll take you to the squad as it is for the opening game against Perth. As I said, Perth Glory have been they're touted as one of the outsiders for this year's competition, so I'm expecting that we should win this game. We've had a very protracted close season, so players would be quite match fit. I just want to make sure that I'm playing this on key highlights. Yep. Pardon me. So the expectations are high, although the directors, they still want us to qualify for the semi-final playoff series, which just shows you that it's more important to the A-League that you finish in the semi-final series and you win the grand final. But there, a good save originally from the keeper, but Burkitt follows up with the rebound, and he's able to put that away. So good early start for Victory. So it came from a corner. We've been doing a little bit of work on set pieces, but good delivery by Brimmer. Burkitt, good header, good save, but couldn't hang on to the ball, and Burkitt followed up. Big things expected of Burkitt this year. Didn't actually set the world on fire with us, and with Brendan Skeary, another youngster, Victory have got a very, very good squad and a very, very young squad. So we're expecting that we'll be up near the pointy end of the tree this year. So, Glory hit the woodwork, and an offside. That was rather lucky. So time to give the boys a bit of a shout, just to let them know that we're back in the comp now, and we need points on the board. So yeah, Perth Glory not expected to be amongst the pace setters. I should have actually showed you the season's odds, but to have Glory up there after such a strong finish last year, it's unsurprising that we're favourites. But you still have to perform well over those 26 games. So Glory on the ball, but there's enough dark blue shirts behind the ball, although there's a guy out wide. McGowan, not going to get closed down too soon. Dinky little cross in, header on goal, and they've hit the bar again. Okay, so just probably enough there from Glory to give us a bit of a wake-up call. So we're not going to get everything our own way. We're certainly not just expected to turn up and 3 points will fall into our lap. So half-time not too far away. No damage on the scoreboard from Perth's Glory's point of view, although they've had some they've certainly had some shots on goal. So I think Brimmer's played well. Lawton and Burkitt, yeah, okay, dressing room. Played well, but there's room for improvement. I think that's pretty much a no-brainer. This might give the defence just a little bit of a rev up, just to keep them on their toes, because Perth Glory had some chances there early on. Bit of encouragement, and now we'll start looking about replacements. Barnett's sort of running on empty, although he's having a good game. I'll bring DeGenerano on. He's a young under-18 player. Most of the subs that I've got, I think I would have had to get permission from school or their parents, because they're only 17. They're very, very young bench to front an A-League game. Italiano, so just might have a look at the defensive end. Ansell's playing well, but Dandoka. Beculio, bring him on for a run. He's actually been playing quite well. Brimmer with a free kick, launches it into the box, and Metcalf with a good header. Good header. Okay, Metcalf continuing on his good form. Okay, 2-0, so good delivery, and Metcalf comes up and rises above the defence. So that's good. So we'll drop a little bit of praise on them. Do some ego stroking. Should all react kindly to that. Okay, Lawton running on empty. And Kemsoba on. Kemsoba spent a lot of last year out on loan, but I because he's versatile left or right, probably more likely to be a backup player than a regular starter. But Metcalf on the ball, Kemsoba with a rather soft header. Okay, guys, I just need slow and steady to get through these next couple of minutes. Beculio, Kemsoba on the ball. Number of options in front of him. Can he put the ball into the channel? No, he elects to play it back. What's Grant going to do? Turn it back inside. Brimmer. Burkitt. Italiano. Nishikawa, for some reason, his star ratings fell over the close season. Well, he's played well, but Burkitt with a nice little glancing header. And Nishikawa last year had something around about 4.5 star potential, but over the close season that potential hadn't been realised. So I was toying with the idea of perhaps replacing him, but he played well during the pre-season. So I think he's still going to get a run. So Metcalf supplying the cross for Burkitt to put the game pretty much beyond doubt. Okay, so this is episode 38. This is the game against Perth Glory yet again. In 5, 4. Okay, so here's the squad to take on Perth Glory in the opening game of the A-League season. We've got Demetriou, our new keeper. He's joined us. So we've got Nishikawa, Ansell, Dandoka and Grant in defence. Metcalf, Barnett and Brimmer playing in a flat 3 midfield. But I just want to change his mentality to attack. And same with Italiano and Lawton to attack. Italiano and Lawton are our 2 wide players, and Burkitt's up front as an advanced forward. Just Demetriou, side in, goalkeeper, defend. Okay, happy with that. Okay, we'll submit the team. Okay, so Glory playing 1 up front. Dressing room, so because we are seen by the media as favourites, there's going to be a lot of favourite chat, which tends to make me a little bit wary. But we'll go the Avenge talk because Perth Glory beat us towards the end of last season when we had the comp wrapped up. So we'll go with that. And this year I'll be looking at Burkitt to get some goals for me because last year he didn't set the world on fire as much as what I thought he would. And Brendan Skeary, he was probably our best striker. But I'll be also looking to Lawton and Italiano for supplying some goals for us as well. Metcalf in midfield should have a big year for us as well. So a lot of good players and a lot of good young players. So right, but Perth Glory with a pretty innocuous chance early on in the game. So Demetriou playing the ball to Dendonka. Dendonka's been a good signing for us. And with him and Baglio in defence, we should be pretty tight at the back. Ryan Grant's still got some good games left in him. And Nishikawa, his star rating for some reason fell over the close season, but he's still put in some good performances. So I'm looking at him to play some solid games for us. So Lawton, cross offside. Yeah, thought he was shoelace. Okay, so Glory with the goal kick. Out wide, easily cut out by Nishikawa. Long ball up to Burkitt. He misses it. I'd like to see Burkitt get a couple of goals for me, just to repay my faith. Italiano does some quality things. He's taken the long way round to get to goal and stings the palms of the goalkeeper. Oh, good goal. Metcalf in traffic. Quality corner from Italiano. And Metcalf, he was in traffic there. I don't think it was a free header. Where's he come? Comes from deep. Yeah, certainly defence didn't pick him up. So okay, good start. Good start. Ryan suffered a bruised thigh. Nurse him through the game. Okay. Bruised thigh, I'd call it a cork. A little bit of encouragement, and then I'll just keep an eye on him. Oh, they get encouraged and they all get in the red Smarties. I don't understand these players' reactions. Bruised thigh. Now he's got a bruised thigh. Oh no, it's got the little cross come up. So early substitution. So I'll bring Camsoba on for Italiano. So that's not ideal. But if it's a bruising, it should only keep him out for a little time. So Metcalf with the ball. Dimitriou. Dendoncker. Sorry, not Dimitriou, he's the keeper. Dendoncker lurking at the edge of the box. Good grief. He must have stayed up for the corner, did he? Oh yeah. Pulled away. He was on the edge of the spot, pulled away and then cracked it in. Maybe a half volley or a volley. So, good goal. Good goal. Okay, so 2-0. Ansell's stayed up. Brimmer. Was brought into Burkick to Lawton. Metcalf, unmarked. You can't give him that much space just near the penalty spot. He's going to put that away every time. So okay, that was 2 quick goals. So that changes the complexion a bit. So Brimmer's out wide into Burkick. Lawton pulls it back. Yeah, Metcalf, ton of time to pick his spot. So okay, 3-0 going into half time. So that's 10 minutes out. Okay, Perth have got the ball. Dark blue shirts are back. Okay, so Metcalf driving into the box and squeezes it past the far post. I think, I'm not quite sure whether that was the play or not. He may have been better to hold it up, but there wasn't too many dark blue shirts with him, so still not to worry. At least he was in that position. So we've had 16 shots in the first half, an extraordinary amount. We've had 7 shots on target and 6 shots have been off target. Not quite sure what happened to the other 3. Although the goals. Could have been. It might be how they do the maths. Okay, dressing room. We'll be assertive. And I'm pleased how it's going, and I want you to keep it going. So Lawton has now picked up that thing which I'd sort of missed before. Duncan, put him wide on the right. I just want to swap him over with Camsoba. Oh, Duncan on the right. It was right the first time. Sorry about that. It was right the first time. Keep your seats. Keep your seats. Tragedy averted. Okay, so both wide players have had to be subbed. I don't think there'd be any... Lawton's still on the ball. Next break in play, is it? Okay. We'll make it a goal. Right, he's subbed. Okay, so Barnett, he looks to be running out of juice as well. Although he's playing quite well. Shall we encourage? Not yet. Get all the red smarties from encouraging them. I get frustrated with their frustration. It's all a bit silly, really. I don't know if there's really any point in doing anything down that part during the game. Okay, Camsoba, first time cross, low cross. Burkick hits the post. Hits the post, and Duncan, you could have scored your first senior goal. Just wasn't quick enough off the mark. Right, so we need to squeeze a little bit more game time out of Barnett. Perth with the ball. Into the box. Oh, Capani lost his marker. Demetriou, okay, plays it out of defence. Dendonka, okay, Brimmer, Barnett. We're coming through the middle, are we, guys? There seems to be room out wide. Duncan's up there. He's not up there, but Burkitt gets on the ball. Finishes? Yes, he does. Burkitt, well done, son. Nice to see you on the score sheet. First of many, I hope. Okay, it was just a long ball out of defence, and Burkitt ran onto it. Good finish. Good finish. Okay, so with Barnett, DeGenero, he'll be my third sub. At 4-0 up. I'm not going to worry about marking at the moment. Goals in the Jets and Wellington Phoenix game. We play the Jets next, so okay. Perth Glory with the ball. Not too many white shirts in there, but dealt with Dendonka. Okay. Well done, Nishikawa. Long ball. Cleared his lines. That's all we have to do. Metcalf, come on. Rather protracted highlight with Perth Glory in possession, so it's going to end up a goal. Good grief, they've had about 30 passes, he's got to be offside. Yeah. Not given, okay. Campaign. Right, Duncan, get those young legs going. Come on, Burkitt, you should be another 10 metres up the field. Duncan, what are you going to do? Yep. Lose the... penalty. Okay. Probably a bit lucky. You get VAR'd. VAR checking. No penalty after video review, so there's no natural break in the game. Now, I'd be curious to see how that play would have restarted, because there was no natural break in the game. So 4-0. Good performance with Metcalf with 2 goals. Yeah, all those numbers quite impressive. Everyone played exceptionally well. Everyone, so we'll give them all a cuddle. Very pleased with the performance, lads. Well done. Okay, so that's the looks like a little bit of admin there to do, but with our schedule, I think our next game, is against the Newcastle Jets. So let me go and do a little bit of admin, and we'll come back for the game against the Jets. Okay, so here we are for the game against the Newcastle Jets, our first away game of the A-League season. Demetriou in goal, with Nishikawa, Ansell, Dendonka and Grant in defence. The midfield of Metcalf, Barnett and Brimmer. Dukley and Burkitt are our wide attacking players, and Gus Williamson is our striker. Changes due to injury with Lawton and Jacob Italiano still unfit. They were out for a week and a half, and then lo and behold, Elvis Kamsoba has, who was my wide attacking backup, has picked up a knee injury, so he's out for 2 months. So a little bit skinny now. We've gone from a feast to a, well, not so much a famine, but we're certainly on the borderline now. So this is the team that will take the squad. Prosso were. Okay. Need to be assertive, and I want you to pick up where you left off last time, which was a good 4-0 victory. Skip. Okay. So all quiet in the opening exchanges. I thought we were away. Sorry, I thought we were away to Melbourne Victory, but we're listed there as the home team. Okay, so almost time for a little bit of encouragement around the 20-minute mark. Certainly nothing much in the way of highlights so far, so this is the interesting thing. We've had 6 shots, 3 have been on target, but nothing considered worth a highlight. Right, here we go. Victory on the ball with Nishikawa. Into Metcalf, back to Nishikawa. Good little ball in, and there's Williamson. That's another poster. Good grief. Okay, Nishikawa. Thought Williamson had the goal at his mercy there, but he chose to hit the woodwork, which I think was probably a lot more harder shot. Okay, throw by Nishikawa. Don't know how Dukley got the ball back there, but he did. Okay, back out wide. No, we're going back in where the traffic is. Brimmer, don't lose the ball there. Burkick. They've had to push out wide. But Burkick, he hits the post again. So it's at 2 posts. Dukley. Okay. A little bit more of encouragement. We're keeping Newcastle at bay, which is good. We just need to convert our chances. Right. Why aren't we in front? Well, they're not setting the world on fire. Not happy with your performance. A point away from home would not be disastrous. I just thought the expectation that well, we don't want the expectation we're just going to stroll through this competition. So Nishikawa, Dukley. The Football Manager is an easy game to play when you're winning. Williamson, first time shot. Burkick with a tight angle. He did that in the first game. but it's been disallowed. Okay. No replay? No chance to protest? Okay. I'll sit it back down again. Guess I'm jumping out of the box, although Metcalf's having another good game. Right. Let's just go into our... Most of our experienced players are in the defensive end. I would have liked to have put more experienced player up front, but it's not really going to work out. No, I'll just run with that. What I will do for the final 10 minutes though is put Burkick up front and bring on that young Duncan. Okay, so Duncan, you can come on for Williamson, and I'll swap you around with Burkick. You right footer? You are a right footer. Demand a little more. Our defence has worked well. We kept Newcastle to one shot. Okay, looks like that's a short, sharp game. Okay, so Grant and young Duncan. Can you supply a ball? Duncan. Good ball, Metcalf. Lobby little header. No. Dukley. Jesus, another wide player. And you're staying on there. Didn't actually notice his injury. Dimitriou. It's got to be it. Okay, Jets, anytime you want. No, I made one sub during extra time added on. I didn't think it'd be going for this long. Okay, Payne on the ball. Dimitriou covers his near post well, which I like all keepers to do. Don't really know how much time added on is going to be. 7 minutes. Okay. It was rather a strange end. Strange end to the video. Okay. Look, there's a couple of bookings there that we didn't see. Look, in the end, not good enough. We should have won that. Well, I believe so anyway. And but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, like a point away from home is not such a bad thing. Another one of our wide players has picked up an injury, so he's going to be out for 2 weeks. And Williamson makes his Melbourne City debut. Melbourne Victory debut. Wash your mouth. Wash your mouth. Okay, look, that's the end of our video. We've got... we've got a couple of games. We might come back for the second Melbourne City game. We'll play 3 games offline. Come back for Melbourne City and the Jets. So yeah, I think that'll be the tactic. We'll come back for the we'll have 3 games offline, and we'll come back for the Melbourne City away derby. So there we have it. A win and a draw to open up the A-League season. Certainly a solid performance, and I think we can look forward to a pretty successful season. So I'm Garry Foster. Thank you very much for watching What Price Victory, and we'll catch up with you shortly. All the best now. Bye bye.